Hey everyone, welcome back to Fate's Stay Night Remastered, the Jurgen Jays. Last episode, we got to basically the end of day 15 here, but you can see bad thing happened. Right, so we got a bad ending because our affection with Saber wasn't high enough, so we went to Taiga Dojo, and she said there was a scene that we needed to make a different decision on. In day 7, we went back, made that different decision, so now we have this affection with Saber here that we didn't have before. And then I'm hoping, I really hope we don't have to play through, like, 7 days worth of material again. Or, not we, but I would do that off camera if that were the case. But I'm hoping I can just go to back to this part of the interlude and we'd be good. And she'll make a different decision. Is the hope, is the dream. So let's see if that happens. Jump to the scene. Or there may be other scenes that I may have to tweak how I played in the past, because I know there's some other places where, like, I got affection with other characters, but I don't know if that necessarily took away from anything with Saber. That is the answer her master arrived at. ... Her anger dissolves. All she can do is stare at her master. Okay. We've seen all this. Let me get to a spot where we haven't seen stuff before. I think I'm in different territory now. Maybe, question mark. That doesn't show on the flowchart there being a different scene playing. But I don't remember Hirei doing this here. What's happening on the screen. So I think I'm gonna start here. If we're repeating stuff, oh well. Starting at the top. You would choose your own selfish wish over salvation. The priest releases the boy. He steps over the youth with a sneer, as if he's lost interest. Then what say you, Saber? The boy says he's not need the... Oh wait, no, I've already, I think we've already done this actually, never mind. Let's skip ahead a little bit more. Blah 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 blah. Would you like the grail? That she has no reason to refuse. Blah 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 blah. Only thing she's been fighting. Yep, we did this. Never mind. Okay. So I played through a bit, and I think skip this scene. I think it's about to play through the same. No. No one can blame her for this. Yeah, okay. We've seen this before. Yeah, it's on this scene again, so I gotta go back and figure something out. I'll return when I figure out what I'm doing. Alright, I'm back again. They're still telling me, I went to Taiga Dojo again to see if the piece of advice they would say would change, because they were saying, like, hey, you should start at day 7 and at the very least play through day 8 again. Who is this an affection point for? I retreat immediately. If this was played differently, would it? I don't know. They said to play through day 8, so I was just giving an update, but I'm gonna figure out what to do through here that needs to happen differently, and then I'll be back again. Okay, I went back, like, way back, and replayed a scene. I thought maybe I would have a decision there. It really does, as Taiga Dojo said, I really do need to be in day 7, day 8 range. So I'm trying all of the other decisions that I can make throughout those days. This is one that I'm not sure how it would give me positive affection with Saber, but I'm willing to play through these decisions and see what it gets me. So I want to record it since it was a different scene than what's normal, but it may not be worth anything. I stop preparing for dinner and take off my apron. By the time I've washed my hands and made it to the living room, Fujine's apple is gone.
Who's there?
Fujine, did you eat the apple? Yep, it was nice and sweet. Tart too.
Glad to hear that. Then it's your turn. I'll take whatever you got me in exchange for what you just ate.
Yeah, I really don't know how this decision would affect Saber, but I know she's around in this scene, right? Huh? What, I got you? Like the tangerine?
I'm not gonna ask how you arrived at that conclusion. I'm just asking that you show me what you got for me today. I hope you didn't forget what you said this morning as you were leaving.
How rude. Of course I didn't forget. See? I have it right here. Fujine drops a suspicious-looking paper bag on the table, and its contents spill out. ... Well, that's unexpected. I actually have trouble believing Fujine managed to remember a promise she made. What was the promise?
What even is that?
What? That didn't make sense.
I feel like this isn't anything I would.
No matter how I look at it, it just looks like a mound of trash. Well, a mountain of stuffed toys. Oh, Saber would love stuffed toys. If there was a lion in that, that'd be awesome. This Aztec stone mask's for you, Shirou. Your room's pretty sparse, so I thought it might liven things up a bit. She hands me a heartwarming but somewhat scary-looking sun mask. It's about the size of a handball and stuffed with cotton.
Fujine, were these all from a crane game?
Yep, I worked really hard trying to get them. I know crane games are like huge in Japan. If you know the YouTuber CDogVA, him and I think her name is Shibuya Kaho or Kaho. I know Kaho at the very least, and then like a name that starts with SH. They go play crane games all the time. Yep, I worked really. Yeah, I already read that. She's laughing bashfully, but I'm scared to think how much blood was shed in the process. Blood? Playing a crane game? What do you mean blood? So there's also a Chinese dragon, a bat, a crab, a cow, a rhinoceros, a snake, and a soldier. Fujine gleefully sorts out the pile of stuffed toys. Is there a lion by chance I could give to Saber? A few spill off the table and the living room quickly grows cluttered with them. It's messy, but Fujine seems to be enjoying herself, so I don't have the heart to stop her.
Fine, I'll take them. I want you to clean up after you organize them.
Yep, I know. Yeah, last time we played this scene, we got into a very fierce argument. It was a cute argument, like felt like a brother and a sister arguing with each other. But I turned back to the kitchen, the stuffed toy in hand, and then I see Saber at the entrance of the living room. She must have just passed by. She looks irritated. This isn't different scene territory now, is it? Or are we still in the same scene? Because I think so. Oh, okay. This is what we need. Just based off of this picture of her holding that up. Alright, cool. ... Saber doesn't say a thing. She just glares into the living room.
Saber, did you take your bath already? You know, so I don't have to accidentally walk in on you again?
Yes, it was very nice. After answering my question, Saber heads into the living room, almost like a sleepwalker. Saber walks towards the table, then stops abruptly in front of one of the stuffed toys. Taiga, is this doll supposed to be a lion? Yes! Winner! Alright, this is 100% it. Has to be. Oh, yeah, looks like it. That's supposed to be a baby lion. Saber stares silently at the stuffed animal. Is this doll yours, Taiga? Like those other dolls. They are. Do you want one, Saber? You can have one if you like. Fujine's offer is made with a light-hearted smile. However, I don't know how Fujine giving Saber a stuffed animal increases her affection towards me, but sure. Yeah. Well, what the heck is Fujine thinking? Saber's obviously in a bad mood, so why is Fujine asking something so ridiculous? Besides, there's no way Saber would want something like that. She'll immediately take it. Do you want it? I don't really have any use for it, so you're welcome to it, Saber. Fujine picks up the stuffed lion, not noticing Saber's distaste. Saber takes it and... If I may. She hurries forward and takes it eagerly. Yeah. What we know about her, she would have done this. My mind locks up. What the heck am I seeing? Saber takes the completely useless doll and clutches it against her chest as if it were truly precious, because to her it is. She likes that. Oh, that's cute. I know we still have the deadpan face that she's making, she's not smiling, but still. I appreciate it. Thank you, Taiga. It's fine, it's not a tiger. That's a bit of a weird thing to throw out there, Fujine. Stop projecting, basically. But this is a surprise. I didn't know you liked that kind of thing, Saber. Yes, I have always longed for small, cute things. Like any girl. Well, not any girl, but safe to assume. I had precious few opportunities to hold such things. As she speaks, Saber looks down at the stuffed lion in her arms. Yeah, I guess like something like a stuffed animal or like cutesy toys would be something that she wouldn't really have been able to interact with in her previous life. How could I describe her face right now? Aw. Oh wait, it just was there for a second. What was that? I just had the weirdest thought. Do you like lion, Saber? Are we rivals? Saber silently nods in affirmation, all while she continues to smile down at the stuffed animal. It is not that I like lions, but I do have a connection with them. King of the Animal Kingdom. I once took care of a lion cub. Oh! Okay, never mind. Completely different reasoning. I once took care of a lion cub, and I remember being so happy that it bonded with me. Since then, I have had a special place for lions in my heart. By nature, I am associated with dragons. Pendragon, right? A lion cub, huh? Aren't lion cubs like cats? Doesn't that mean they bite, scratch, and jump? Yes, it was certainly energetic. I only took care of it for 1 month, but I would have liked to take care of it till the end. She's smirking now. That's nice to see. I see, but it's tough. Lions get really big, so you can't take care of one in an ordinary house, so you had no choice but to let it go. Fujine nods her understanding. Saber is still looking at the stuffed lion. ... I'm not sure what kind of spell it cast on her. There it is. Oh wait, that's the actual lion that she was with. Oh, and we're, as Shirou, we're able to see this because we've probably dreamt about this at some point. Or will, in the future, dream about this. But something I shouldn't know or be able to see flashes through my mind. ... It has to be just some kind of dizzy spell. No, you actually saw that in a dream. 100%. But I can't shake the image. It's one of her memories. This is something that really happened. So this means that this was probably one of the first memories that we actually shared with her, because I don't think it was until a couple of, or actually quite a few days from this, because I don't think it was until the Berserker fight that we really started sharing memories a lot, like through our dreams. So this is cool that this is happening. It did also later on in the date scene when we would have gone and, you know, gotten the stuffed animal, would have given a little bit more foreshadowing to that scene too. I see an image of Saber rubbing her cheek against the cub, but I'm not sure if this is just some fleeting vision. The only thing I know is that I would regret shaking off the sight of it. ... The strange vision immediately disappears. My heart is still racing. The vision I glimpsed remains in my head like a scar that will never fade. Skip. No, because I'm probably gonna do this. We'll go to our flowchart, and then I'll go back to day 15. And I'll see you guys in a little bit. I'm gonna pause the recording or edit this part out, me going back through this scene again. Alright, once again, I got yet another, we still got dumped towards the bad ending, so there's still something I'm missing, so give me a moment to find it. Alright, So here's what I'm thinking right now. There's this I tried first of all, I tried this I realized going back. This didn't actually give me any affection. I mean, sure it gave me a different scene that was a little bit more Saber focused. I played through this, well, this over here. Got to this decision point. This had nothing to do with Saber. This had everything to do with Tosaka. So I didn't do anything different there. Maybe I do actually need to, but I'm here now because there's this heart symbol. So my thought is maybe this is an opportunity to gain affection. This is when I used my command spell to summon Saber. And I feel like if I did this, this would just lead to a bad ending. So I'll summon Saber. I don't know if that will gain me affection somehow, but we're gonna play through it. See if it happens.
Please come. So this is
To remind you of this scene, Saber was fighting Shirou and not Shirou. Shirou was fighting Shinji and Ryder, and then he's very badly wounded. He got thrown out a window, and now he's kind of suspended midair, making a decision on whether or not he should summon Saber with his command spells, and we're doing that. We did it the other way too, but it was just slightly different wording.
please come.
I murmur those words like a prayer. My life doesn't matter anymore, but to put a stop to this savage brutality.
No, come, Saber.
I muster up all my strength and call for my blade. Oh, this is kind of cool, because he says I call for my blade. And then there's the whole thing later on of, like, him being the sheath to her blade. One of my command spell strokes disappears. At that very moment, the space around me begins to waver. Yep, we've seen... So this is magic. Saber clad in her silver armor bursts through the ripples in space and time to appear before me. Now, is this giving me a different... Oh, it did... What? What the heck? How is this? How is this and this? You literally... Oh my gosh, game. Why? What was the difference? Okay, whatever. To appear before me. Well, at least we got it now. Gah! My back slams into the ground. I stop breathing. The force of impact jars every bone and organ in my body. Several ribs crack, or probably break outright. And yet, my body's intact. My bloody arms are still attached. Shirou. Saber runs to me. Forcing my numb limbs to move, I push to my feet to show her that I'm alright. How is this any different than the other option that I picked in the past?
There's no time to explain. You understand what's happening, right, Saber?
Please, wait, Shirou. I do not understand, but first, your body must...
Take care of Ryder. Only you can beat her.
I cannot. Treating you is my first priority. You will not survive these wounds.
No, there's something else that needs doing first.
This is literally the same exact scene. We need to beat Shinji and Ryder as quickly as possible. Nothing is more important. But if I do that... Saber is focused only on me. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't happy about that. But there's no time to argue. Okay, this is the same thing. I'm skipping ahead. I'll see you in a bit. Alright, so I'm gonna try this first option, the final option, and maybe us charging at them as they come in. Saber will take it as like, oh, you're so brave, ooh, ooh, and I don't know. We'll see. We're gonna fight them as they come in the door. Alright. Victory goes to the one who makes the first move. I need to fight. Is that an Art of War reference? I can't hide, and I don't have time for that anyway. I've never read Art of War. It just sounds like something that would come from that. I need to get back out there just as fast as I can and get back to Saber. The door opens. I push myself up against the wall right behind the door. Huh? The scout opens the door, but doesn't enter the room. Hold on. The chair is visible from the entrance, even without coming in. Whoever is peeking in will know what's going on just from seeing the empty chair. where I'm supposed to be sitting. Ah, crap. If they call for backup right now, escaping will get a lot louder, or harder, not louder. I'm just going to have to hurry out and take on whoever's on patrol. I push off from the wall and rush toward the door. And then they must have figured I was hiding because they step into the room as soon as I jump out. Take that! No chance of stopping now. Whatever I'm up against, I just need to knock them out and escape. Halt! Oh, I got the word right. I said that before, like as it was popping up preemptively. If you comply, I may spare your Shirou? ... I freeze. Did I get affection this time? I did. Why? Who knows? Oh well. Okay. Great. We got it. I freeze. My mind goes blank. The very person I have to go save is standing right in front of me? Saber? Why are you here? Okay, the rest of this is gonna be redundant, so I'm gonna skip ahead for y'all. Alright, I am at another point where we did not get any affection points. Surprisingly, when we chose this option for, go talk... Oh, wait, no, we did. Never mind. Forget what I was about to say. I didn't realize we had gotten this, but yeah, we're gonna go check on Saber. This is the scene where we ran away from Berserker and Ilya. Archer had sacrificed himself, and then we're now hiding out in this little abandoned house, trying to figure out what we needed to do, so we're just checking and seeing if Saber's alright. I wonder if Saber's really okay. She says she has no problems fighting, but wouldn't it be hard for her to go up against Berserker when she's so weak? Or, I suppose I'm more concerned about her noble phantasm. I will not be able to maintain my body if I use it. That's what Saber said. I mean, Saber will disappear the instant she uses that attack. Saber? Yes, what is it, Shirou? Before we go out to fight, can you promise me one insy-tinsy, wincy little tiny thing? Yes, as long as it is something I can do. Okay, well, yeah, I don't want you to use your noble phantasm and, like, win or anything, no matter what happens. It's important, and I don't want you to die, even if it means we defeat Berserker. Yes, I understand. I do not intend to use my noble phantasm either. I do not think I will be able to defeat Berserker with the amount of magical energy I have, and more importantly, I will be unable to obtain the Holy Grail if I disappear. She's as direct as ever. It's a relief to hear. Okay, yeah, that's the Saber that I know. It's good to hear you being so insanely calm. And what do you mean by that, Shirou? Okay, alright. Nothing at all. Let's just get going. Tosaka will get upset again if we keep her waiting. Alright, I'm gonna fast forward to hopefully this should be the final time I see that freaking scene. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'll see you at the climax. Okay, so I went back to the final scene again. Still didn't get the good ending. Then once again look through the timeline, and then there's stuff way before day 7 that could affect affection. So I'm in the beginning of day 3 right now, and so we're making a new choice, seeing if we can't get anything, because this is saying we can get something out of it. So let's see what we can't do. This I think this is the day after summoning Saber and all of that, and like her getting very badly wounded by Berserker. So I believe that is where we are at in the grand scheme of things. There's no point in talking until I understand my own situation. I'll need to understand where I am before I try to get where I'm going. That's the basics for a journey. I mean, yeah. Let's start with what happened last night. That sounds like an interrogation line. Where were you? Yeah, you should know what's going on first. Hey, looks like you're finally thinking straight. With a smug grin, Tosaka launches into a brief explanation of last night's events. Apparently, before a berserker left right after I left unconscious. Now, did this do anything? Okay, it gave us affection towards Ren. But not necessarily Saber. I don't know if Saber's actually here for this. I'm gonna go through all this other option too, just to make sure. But we'll see. Alright, I'm at the next point where I can possibly earn some affection points. I did not earn any whatsoever, and this is a choice and a discussion with Saber. This is, I think, yeah, this is still day after our fight with Berserker, so we're asking her, like, hey, how you feeling? Blah, 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 blah. What hero is Saber? No, she's not gonna, I don't think she would say that. I mean, the first option always seems almost like the right option a lot of the times. Where did you get those clothes? I don't know. We'll play. We'll see. What hero is Saber? I think I need to ask her about her real name. Yeah, just be upfront. Definitely not like a big plot point that happens later on.
Saber, Tosaka told me that servants are a type of magecraft created from heroic spirits. Which means you must have a real name beyond your class name Saber, right?
Yes, the name Saber represents my role in this time. It is not like your name, Shirou, which identifies an individual.
Got it. So then, what's your name? Like, tell me your life story. Tosaka said it would be the best for the fight ahead if I knew who my servant is and what kind of hero they were.
Servants are heroic spirits. Okay, is this gonna give me... No, it's not gonna give me the thing. Okay, I'm still, for y'all's sake... I don't know. I know y'all wanted me, like a lot of y'all have talked about wanting me to go back and play old scenes, so... For that, I'll do it. I'll sit through it. They are heroes who have made a name for themselves throughout history and around the world. Or not old scenes, but unplayed scenes. They conceal their identities as well as their skills. The servant's true name isn't something to reveal lightly, but their masters should know. Without knowing their identity, masters won't know a servant's strengths and abilities. Master and servant are one. The pair simply can't battle effectively if one has something to hide. They just couldn't fight like that. Shirou, about that, and I ask that you will forgive me for my insolence. A summoned servant must typically reveal their true name to their master, but I could not fulfill that obligation.
Saber? What do you mean you can't fulfill that obligation? I command spell you!
No, he wouldn't do that. Obviously he doesn't. I am basing this on my own understanding of the situation. In spite of whatever intention or efforts on your part to protect my true name, there are numerous ways with which an enemy could use magecraft to rip that knowledge from you. You have little resistance to magecraft. A skilled mage could easily take advantage of this. Should you fall under an enemy spell, you may reveal my true name entirely against your will. And so, I do not wish you to know my true name. You're weak. It's basically what I'm trying to say.
Oh, I get it. I'm a weakling. Yeah, you're right. I'm like submissive and, you know, breedable and stuff, but I'd give it up the moment a spell was cast on me.
Besides, the practice of revealing a true name is only typical in a normal master-servant relationship. Even if I knew her true name, I wouldn't be able to come up with an effective strategy, and I wasn't even all that interested in the first place. Why'd you give it as an option to ask?
Yeah, okay then. Let's keep it a secret. Given that I'm inexperienced, we should take every precaution.
I appreciate your understanding. Then again, I am not as renowned or distinguished as the likes of Berserker anyway.
What do you mean? You're Arthur Pendragon.
It may not make much of a difference, even were my name to be revealed. Saber's tone is regretful. I hadn't quite expected that. She seems to have a human side to her, which she lets show in revealing how she's frustrated she may be inferior to Berserker as a hero.
That doesn't matter. An ace up your sleeve's only value isn't that it's concealed. I can tell you're trying to be creative since you ended up with such a terrible master. Such a weakling. So submissive. Sorry. Besides, don't you think Berserker's kind of unfair anyway? There's no reason for you to get depressed about it. From my point of view, you weren't completely inferior to that thing. You were injured pretty bad, but you were holding your own.
You may be right. I was caught off guard last night, but once my wounds are fully healed, things will go differently.
Yeah, I hope so.
I look away, my response pretty half-hearted. That caught me off guard. When Saber smiles, well, I just feel things on the inside that I've never felt before. But then, I hear something heavy hit the floor by the door. It's a body.
What's that? A body?
I turn to face the sound. Is it a body? At the door, there's a body. There's Tosaka, a duffel bag at her feet. Are we in the next scene yet? Brother, you can't tell. Flowchart. Okay, no, we're not. Oh, wait, this, like, skips. This goes here. We completely skip all that. Whoa, okay. Cool. There's Tosaka, duffel bag.
What the?
My mind comes to a screeching halt at the body that's in a duffel bag. I thought Tosaka had gone home, but here she is at the dojo in her ordinary clothes, and why is she carrying so much stuff? She's moving in.
What are you doing here, Tosaka?
What do you mean? I went home to get my stuff. Wouldn't it be the sensible thing since I'm going to live here from now on? Okay, and the rest is history. All right. Let's go back. All right. My probably, well, not, you probably already know how this is going to be laid out or how long this is. I have no clue how long this episode is going to be or how short it is. Cuz all of my videos right now are like sectioned off. Like I have a bunch of just like few minute clips. So I don't know what it's going to be like put all together, but I think this episode is just going to be like all these miscellaneous scenes that I'm just having to ruffle back through. Where did you get those clothes? Looking fine. All right. Where'd you get those clothes? I should ask about those clothes she's wearing. Is this giving us the point? Yeah, it's giving us the point. We'll play through it though.
So, Saber, I want to ask you something about them digs, that ice, that swagger, you know what I mean?
Yes, what is it?
Where did you get those clothes? You look completely different than yesterday, so you kind of caught me off guard.
Actually, I'm still bewildered. Rin provided them for me. She thought it would be best that I avoid attracting attention, as I am unable to return to spirit form.
I see, I had no idea.
Why did I do like that? What about them?
Nothing. Don't worry about it. I just find you insanely attractive is all.
I want to tell her they look good on her. Oh, yeah. But I managed to stop myself. If I said something like that, I'd probably go beat red. Shirou?
Well, yeah, you know,
Doing that hurt my throat. Oh my gosh.
Yesterday's armor. Yeah, I was just wondering what happened to your armor.
There's no need to worry about that. There are no rules for wearing armor, so I have it off while I am wearing these clothes. That armor is created from my magical energy. I can call for it as needed. Oh, this would have been the scene where it would have explained that. Because for a very long time I was confused on how she was putting the armor on so quickly. I figured it out after a while. She was just like, appear, kind of, and it would pop up, but I can only respond with amazement. Anyway, there's no doubt she'd draw a lot of attention going around in that armor. But with Saber wearing something like that, I can probably make up some story to the neighbors that she's a distant relative of my old man or something. Well, actually, I have to do that anyway. Cool, great. Alright, we're at the end of that scene. Alright, let's see what we get into next. I'm at such a loss. So I'm now, I don't know. I'm replaying certain scenes, like I'm in this one right now, even though this choice has nothing to do with Saber, right? But I don't know. I'm just at such a loss. I've been at this for so long. I don't know. Part of me is just like wanting to upload the video, even though I'm not at the point where I want to be, just because I know you guys will be like, hey, idiot, like, look at that thing that you didn't clearly do. Go do it. And I'll be like, oh yeah, there's that. So that, I don't know, that could be it. But I don't know. I don't know anymore. I've tried looking up like gameplay walkthroughs, like trying my best to avoid spoilers. I have avoided all spoilers for the ending, but of the Fate route. Well, all the routes I've avoided spoilers for, but tried looking for it, and it was just I got some just very vague answers of just like, yeah, just make sure you see those hearts, and I was just like, okay, that's not. I've already done. I swear I've done all of it. This is for you guys, for those of you that want to help me. Look, okay. Saber wasn't even in the picture day one, right? Not in the picture. Now she doesn't get summoned until here. So the only time that we would have been able to get points would have been from here forward. Anytime that it's offered, we get the points for it. So like here is the first time we get the point. Okay, that's where we're at. That's not gonna do anything for us, I'm sure, but here's a time I get a point. Maybe a certain scene is like worth multiple points, and I need to check that out. I'm gonna do that next probably. Here, I get a point. I tried doing this. I didn't actually play through this scene. I just immediately saw that I wasn't getting a point. I don't know how to access these for. When I get to here, there's only 2 options for me to choose from. And I have chosen the 2 that I can. There's nothing else for me to choose from. Okay? So I've chosen the one that gives me the point. That was my first option, right? Okay? I did this. I got this point. Okay? Okay? I'm not crazy, right? I did this. I got a point. Okay? I did this. I got a point. Alright? I did this. Got a point. Would we noticing a trend? Did this. Got a point. Okay? And then stage 12. Nothing I can do here from this point forward can affect our relationship, right? Or like give me more points. And then I still come back here to this scene, and I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'm screaming. Please help me. If you know what I'm doing wrong, seriously, please, like, I mean, obviously don't spoil it for me, like the ending or anything, but be like, hey, day blank, you missed this, you dummy, and then I'll go back and I'll do it, okay? Until then, Sakura. That's nothing to do with what we're doing, but it's fine. Oh, right. It was hectic this morning, and I couldn't properly explain myself then, so I should go and talk to Sakura now. Yeah, okay, Saber's been summoned by this point. Okay. I head up to the 4th floor to the first year classrooms. I peek into her classroom from the hallway, and Sakura notices me right away. Yeah, this is the episode that, had I chosen Ren, I labeled this episode, like, on a date with, like, Ren or waifu or something like that. Oh, is something the matter, senpai? Sakura steps into the hallway and tilts her head in confusion. It's been such a long time since I've voiced Sakura. I don't even remember what voice I gave her. I thought she would be depressed. Oh wait, I gave her like a super shy. I gave her like, you know, super shy voice. That was very meek. I thought she would be depressed after what happened with Shinji this morning, but she seems fine.
Nothing really happened, but I just came over to ask you to forgive me about what happened with Tosaka. You know, I don't know what happened. I don't remember the scene whatsoever. I was gonna make somewhat inappropriate joke, but I feel obligated not to, so I couldn't talk to you about it this morning, so I wanted to apologize before I went home. Oh, with what happened with Shinji and him like bullying her and harassing her. What about Miss Tosaka should I forgive you for? Well, About the thing where she's gonna stay with me for a while, I should have consulted you first, Sakura, but instead I decided on my own. I'm sorry. Uwu, will you ever forgive me, Owo? But there's a legitimate reason for Tosaka staying over, and it's nothing shameful, and you might not forgive me for it, but I just wanted to tell you that. I lower my head apologetically.
Please do not do that, Senpai. There's no reason for you to apologize. I was certainly surprised when I learned Miss Tosaka was going to stay over, but Miss Fujimura approved the arrangement, so I don't see any problem. You are the master of your own home, so you can do as you wish with it, and it's not my place to say anything about it.
You dummy, what the heck are you talking about, Sakura? That house is mine, Fujine's and yours. Except for, it's actually just mine. Y'all just freeload off of me. Well, no, you don't freeload. You actually show up and, cook and do stuff. I shouldn't just decide things on my own.
Senpai?
That's why I need to apologize. Rather than mad at Tosaka, you should be mad at me. Because, well, I'm the one who invited Tosaka over without consulting with my family first. Aw.
It's sweet that he considers them family.
If you don't want Tosaka to stay over, I'll call it off. I know it's not enough to earn your forgiveness, but I can't continue to do something you don't like. But the plot must go on, so actually I am, regardless.
This isn't just me trying to smooth things over. I'm speaking from the heart. Teaming up with Tosaka doesn't mean she needs to live with me. There should be other ways to work effectively with her. Then I'll forgive you. I will allow Miss Tosaka to stay over. And I also forgive you for being so selfish. Uwu, is that what you... Sorry about the uwus. I'm sorry. It's been a long day. Get me out of here. Get me to the end. Is that what you wanted, Senpai?
Are you sure, Sakura?
Yes, and I will not even ask about the circumstances. I'm satisfied just hearing you say that. Sakura looks at me, smiling warmly. She's not pretending. Sakura is giving her honest approval of Tosaka staying with me.
Thanks, Sakura. I'm real glad.
Well, I'm the one who's glad. Can this scene be over so I can move on to something more productive with my life? Oh, but may I ask you something? If I told you I didn't want Miss Tosaka to stay, what would you have done? I mean, didn't he already say?
Well, if you'd done that, I might have gone to her instead. Because I actually do need to be with Tosaka for a while.
Oh, well, okay. Jeez. I think Sakura's issue would be you just being with her, period. You'd go to her instead.
Yeah, instead of Tosaka staying here, I'd probably stay at Tosaka's place. That way I wouldn't need to bother you or Fujine about our arrangements.
Thought of staying at the home of a girl I admire, or rather admired, would be terrifying. Admired? Past tense, okay. Would be terrifying, but I would have no other choice.
Well, I appreciate it. If that had happened, I think she would tease me even more than she does right now.
Yeah, that's a great thing to mention in front of the other romance interest. That's a relief. I mean, in our timeline, in the Fate route, it's Saber, so we don't need to worry about that, but I'm so glad Sakura forgave me. Hey, wait.
Sakura, what's wrong? You look pale. Me talking about sleeping with other girls in their houses, does that bother you?
I call out to her, asking if she's alright. Sakura seems to be lost in thought. I'm so glad I didn't say that. She sighs deeply for some reason. Yeah. For some reason, unbeknownst to the world. Crazy. It's after school. The end of the day bell rings, and I prepare my bag to go home. Saber is waiting, so I should go straight home. Alright, blah, blah, blah. Are we... There are a few students, blah, 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 blah. Okay, whatever. You're done, okay? Oh, wait, there's a whole... Okay, there's a whole thing with her. Never mind. Let's do this. There are a few students still scattered in the hallway. Some students going to their club activities. Some students still lingering, killing time. And a student who's about 10 meters away stomping towards me, looking real mad. There are just so many kinds of students still around. Wow, look at that. I wonder who it could be. I think there's something strange in that mix of students, so I quickly turn and head towards the stairs.
Oh, right.
I just remembered that I was told to do something this morning. I may have been told something, but at this point, my only choice is to pretend I forgot. Actually, I don't see that working. I'll just say I didn't hear. Oh, right, because she was like, we're going to have lunch and we gotta explain things. Hold it right there. You've got guts running away when you don't see me. Is she gonna explain everything again? If so, I'm sorry. I can't be bothered. Alright, on to the next scene. Alright, so this is really the last thing that I know to do. So, when I was reading up on stuff online, it had mentioned stuff about, like, some of the options, like, there's multiple right answers, but some of them are like, hey, we'll give you, like, 2 points of affection over 1. I think this is the only time, scrolling back through to make sure, I think this is the only time where I haven't picked anything like well, I guess this, but I think this would lead to just no points if I were to have done that. Well, it went away. But anyways, this is the only time where there's 3 options. Why do you keep on going back to this? There's 3 options here, right? And I'm wondering if one of them, other than this one, will give me more points. So we're gonna see. I need, right now, there's only me and Saber. We're in the dojo training. This might be a good opportunity for me to strike up conversation. Reason to fight. I want to know more about Saber. I need a trump card. I want to know more about Saber. Okay, that seems like the one that would give us some affection points. Before she became a servant, I wonder what Saber was like when she was alive. Saber is so beautiful. So I'm sure everyone must have liked her. I mean, respected, well, feared her is probably the most appropriate way people probably felt towards her. Calling her Saber, or, you know, some of them got peeved and, you know, threw a revolt, but you don't know that yet. I do, we do, you don't. Calling her Saber is what's throwing me off, but I bet she was an ordinary girl who never held a sword back in the day. Wrong.
So, Saber, what were you like before?
I'm so curious, I just blurt out what's on my mind without thinking or even realizing what I'm doing. Come again? Did you say something, Shirou?
It's nothing. I was just imagining what you were like. I'm not trying to find out your true name or anything, but I just wanted to know what your life was like.
What kind of person I was? Did this give me point? Oh, it did. Okay, cool. It gave me another point, so maybe that was enough to push me over. What kind of person I was? You are interested in the strangest things, Shirou.
You can just ignore the question if you don't want to answer. Just kind of popped in my head. I know you're Saber, a servant, but I just thought you must been a completely different person before you became a servant.
That's right. I imagine she lived a peaceful life as befits a lovely girl like her. I do not think that is true. One's personality does not change just because they become a servant. I was a knight who was handed a sword the moment I was born. There was never any other me, as you might have imagined.
Seriously? Then you've always been so harsh? That's no good. I kind of sympathize with the people who are around you. It must have sucked. I would hate being around you. So much so that I actually fall for you later in the story, but...
What do you mean by that? I may be stern, but I do not recall being harsh to those around me.
That can't be true. Today's training taught me you're merciless. Look at this well. I make one tiny mistake and you happily drive in at every opportunity. You demon.
Jeez, laying it on thick, buddy. I did not do it happily. It may be tough on you, but it would not be training if I were not strict. ... This is strange. I somehow never expected Saber to make a face like that.
Huh.
But what does that look? I believe it is unfair for you to suddenly fall silent.
Oh, I never thought you would get mad like that, so you just kind of surprised me. I feel like very similar things
happened in our other conversation with her. I think it was just a slightly nicer conversation. So I think between these options, this might have actually been the 2.1, but maybe the additional 1 point will still go towards our overall total. Is that so? I thought I was only asserting my point.
Yeah, but you're not usually so emotional, so that was new to me.
Do you really think so? I was simply expressing what I believe.
But those aren't your feelings, they're your beliefs. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying that you never speak straight from the heart.
Of course not. What is required of me is not my own personal opinion, but rather my opinion based on my standing and position. That's true even now. Okay, this is very similar. It's not worth playing. I'm gonna try the climax scene one more time. I'll let you guys know how it goes, and I will let you know if I need your help. Alright, so I'm getting the bad ending again. Once again. No, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, I'm really at a loss. So this video will be up Tuesday. Yeah. Which means Wednesday I may or may not have time to record. Well, if I do record, it's not going to be for very long. And it's really going to depend on how I feel after my school day, because I also have other stuff to do that evening. So it depends on if I can sandwich it in. But yeah, I would appreciate any comments, any help that you could potentially throw my way on this video. Because obviously I'm missing something, and I'm not sure what. But yeah, any and all help, super appreciated. Until then, I hope you enjoyed this ramshackle debauchery of a video, despite all of its ins and outs and stuff like that. As frustrated as I am, I'd still enjoyed making it. I'm just ready for this to work. I'm really wanting this good ending, is why I've been like at it for so long, trying to figure this out. But all right, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thank you for the help in advance, and until then, bye.